you see it up here in the title? Yes, sir. I got the voice of the Coleman Farms. Carolina Clash, super late models up here, getting the stuff together. Won't be long. Matter of fact, they practice first. Be first on the track tonight. Track will be a little wet, it'll be hammered down. There'll be some cool times in that first practice for sure. Again, like I said, I'm waiting for a word to put some cars on the track for a slow roll in. Then we'll go into our Coleman Farms Carolina Clash Super Late Model practice. And our quality pre-owned super stock four-cylinders here at heat race. Tidewater Energy here stock four-cylinders at heat race. Then we'll be right back with our Coleman Farms Carolina Clash Super Late Model Series qualifying. Just got word. We got 20 super late models checked in tonight. It's going to be a great show. They always put on a great show when they come here to County Line Raceway. You can't take them enough. Coming back to where it all started, right here at County Line Raceway. Then we got the Carolina Auto Parts and Salvage Thunder V8s. They're a heat race. I know we got 22 or 23 of those checked in the house tonight. Bryant's all-around services for compacts. We'll also race tonight. And that'll wrap up our practice qualifying heat race session of the night. And just got word, if everyone would please just pray for the family of Greg Brew. His father passed away today. I condole with Greg Brew, being our heat racer who has sponsors our kids' juice box cards. I've been going on right in infield, right there in the middle of 3 and 4, a little bit later on tonight. Again, if you got a kid 3 to 5, we have not put their name in the hat. We're drawing for the race. Couple of these cars. Go ahead and do that. 50-50 toys not department. Fire department. This is for the ladies auxiliary 50-50 draw. So if you ain't got your tickets, go ahead and get them. Can't win it if you ain't in it. Give them a happy anniversary to Randy and Pat Dawson.
Go into the first feature of the night, the Carolina Renovations and Custom Build Rookie four-cylinders. To be your first feature here 2 weeks ago, their features got rained out, so they're going to have 2 features here tonight. They'll be the first feature tonight. Tidewater Energy Pure Stock 4s will be our second feature. Then we'll go into our quality pre-owned Super Stock 4s. Then our Bryant's all-around services sport compact. Then we'll go in with our Coleman Farms Carolina Clash Super Late Models 5,000 to win 35 laps. Then our Carolina Auto Parts and Salvage Thunder V8s. Tidewater Energy Pure Stock 4-cylinders. And then that'll be their second race. And then the end of the night will be our Carolina Renovations and Custom Build Rookie 4-cylinders. That'll be their second race tonight. So we got a lot of action-packed racing going on here tonight. We need all the help we can get from the drivers to get lined up. Race, no cautions if you can help it. Carly's buying somebody's gas if y'all run caution free. What? Never mind. Cancel that. All right, good afternoon. Track is open for a slow roll-in. Again, don't forget Coltman Farms Carolina Class Super Lake Models. Your practice is first. You'll get 2 laps of practice here coming up. Quality pre-owned super stock Fords. Be thinking about it. You will heat race after Super Lake Model practice. Tidewater Energy pure stock 4 cylinders. You will heat race. Give us a little update real quick. Our quality pre-owned super stock 4 cylinders got 15 checked in the house tonight. 22 Carolina Auto Parts. 17 of our Tidewater Energy pure stock 4s. 14 Sport Compacts, our Bryant's all-around service. In our Coltman Farm Carolina Super Lake Model Series, we got 20 of those. Carolina Renovations and Custom Build Rookie 4 cylinders. 18 of those checked in the house tonight. So we got a good field of cars. 8 great races coming up right here real soon. Again, if you know somebody ain't here, tell them to get here. I'll go download Big Sports app on Roku, Amazon, Fire TV, Apple TV, iPhone, and your Android. You can watch it about on anything you got. Right here tonight, County Line Raceway.
Testing 1 2, testing 1 2 3 4. Microphone check from the tower.
I love my race pass.
Love my race pass.
I love my race pass.
Okay, go ahead. I love my race pass.
I love my race pass.
Go ahead. I love my race pass. Go ahead.
Everyone I know uses my race pass. 2, 3.
Again, tension in the pits. Late models. Colton Farms, Carolina Clash Super Late Models. Get them lined up. Start lining them up on the back chute. You practice first. Quality Pre-Owned Superstock 4-cylinder Ucar heat race. After the Carolina Clash Super Late Model practice, again, practice and heat race order. Our Copeland Farm Carolina Clash Super Late Model Series, you will practice first. Quality Pre-Owned Superstock 4-cylinder, you will heat race second. Third will be our Tidewater Energy Pure Stock 4-cylinders. You will also heat race. Then we'll come right back with our Copeland Farms Carolina Clash Super Late Model Series qualifying. Carolina Auto Parts and Salvage Thunder V8s, you will heat race. At the Carolina Clash, Bryant's All Around Service and Sport Compacts, you will wrap up the night with 2 heat races. Again, late models, start lining them up. You will practice first. Tension in the pits, tension in the pits. Super Stock 4-cylinders, go ahead and start lining up for your heat races. Super Stock 4s, Pure Stock 4s, be getting them ready. And Copeland Farms Carolina Clash Super Late Model Series practice. We're going to run right on through it. I believe we're going 7, 7, and 6. It's what I understand, 3 groups practice. So again, Super Stock 4-cylinders, start lining up for your heat races. Pure Stocks, be getting them ready. Copeland Farms Carolina Clash, you'll come right back after our Pure Stock 4-cylinder heat races for your qualifying.
Good evening, race fans. Welcome to County Line Raceway. Tonight, the Coleman Farms Racing Carolina Class Super Late Models are about to make their way onto the Speedway here tonight for our first group of hot laps. Tonight's hot laps will be brought to you in part by Big A's Custom Graphics Carolina Class Super Late Models. I'd like to say thank you to all of our 2026 sponsors: Coleman Farms Racing, BP Racing, Hoosier Racing Tires, Judy Yarborough Realty, XL Chassis, SEC Construction, Big A Custom Graphics, Team Triple Racing Services, Landry Performance Springs, Heritage Signs LLC, Barrier Pins and Supply Company, the Voice of Victor Lane Podcast, K-Man Parts, Thomas Clark Performance, and Extreme Trophies and Awards. Making the way onto the racetrack right now, group number 1. First out of the gate, driver number 21, that is Michael Batten. Right behind him, this place has been touted for years, the House of Rouse. That is the 23 of Michael Rouse in the Sweet Potato Express Longhorn. Right behind him, that'll be the 23B of Matthew Bissett and the L3 of Skeeter Lyles. Also, welcome to the racetrack out of Greensboro, North Carolina. Driver of the 0, that is Daniel Tucker. Also on the Speedway, making his way out, that is the 5 of Cy Nelms Jr. A little bit later on tonight as we roll into our feature race, this will be event number 430 in the history of the Coleman Farms Racing Carolina Class Super Late Models. And in our 27th year, through all of those races, we've seen 95 different drivers. That's right, 95 different drivers make their way to Victory Lane. Can we see number 96 here tonight? A little later on, we'll be able to tell. Big A's Custom Graphics. Hot laps underway here inside the County Line Raceway. Michael Rouse, 14.638, 14.460 for Matthew Bissett. He'll go top of the board. 15.227 for Skeeter Lyles. Daniel Tucker, 14.908. 14.460 for Michael Batten. 14.492 for Cy Nelms Jr. Big A's Custom Graphics underway. Hot lap group number 1. One more time around the racetrack. Matthew Bissett, top of the board, 14.401 for the 23B. Michael Rouse, 14.435. He'll be second quick. 14.659 for Cy Nelms Jr. Daniel Tucker, 14.886. Michael Batten, 15.514. That will do it for group number 1 of Big A's Custom Graphics here tonight inside the County Line Raceway. We'll now roll into group number 2. It will continue hot laps again, brought to you in part by Big A's Custom Graphics.
Again, attention to the Pit Super Stock 4. You should already be lined up for your heat races. Super Stock 4, you should already be there. Pure Stock 4, be getting ready. Last call.
Making his way onto the racetrack now, the Coleman Farms Racing Carolina Class Super Late Models, the Big Collar Motorsports, Sanford Construction, CNT Equipment and Transport, A1 Landscape and Lot Clearing, Ken Con Concrete. That is the driver number 93, 2025 Rookie of the Year. That is Donovan Action Jackson. Along with him, driver of the number 22. Here with us tonight out of York, South Carolina, representing the Palmetto State, that is Jeremy Steele. Right behind him, you'll see the 18 of Lexington, North Carolina native Spencer Ligon. Also on the Speedway in the 7J out of Reedsville, North Carolina, Longhorn chassis. That is Baby D, that is Dalton Jacobs. Also on the Speedway, the D8 here tonight out of Pine Level, North Carolina, that is Dustin Mitchell. Again, race fans, in group number 1 hot laps, fastest on the racetrack with a 14.355. Matthew Bissett, followed by Michael Rouse. Michael Batten, Cy Nelms Jr. rounding out your top 5. In group number 1, the 0 of Daniel Tucker. Also making his way onto the speedway right now, you'll see the driver number 16, the Rock Hill Bad Boy out of Lancaster, South Carolina. 3-time Carolina Clash Super Late Model Champion right now in the points lead for the 2026 season. That is the Rock Hill Bad Boy, Coleman Farms Racing. Wesley Page Longhorn, that is the Rock Hill Bad Boy, Ben Watkins. Also out of Beaver Dam, Virginia, the Commonwealth Bandit. The last couple of times we've been here, the Irwin Racing Fly Infinity Chassis, that is Russell Irwin making his way onto the speedway as well. Again, this is Group 2, 7 cars on the racetrack. We'll also have another group following this. Green flag is now in the air, and Big A's Custom Graphics hot laps underway here inside the County Line Raceway. You're watching all of the action live. Big Sports TV, live from Elm City's very own County Line Raceway. Ben Watkins, 14.680 on lap number 1. Donovan Jackson, 14.884. Russell Irwin moves into the top 5 with a 14.594 in the 22. Dustin Mitchell, 3rd on the board, 14.459. Checkered flag is in the air. Now we will give you the shake-up in the order as of hot laps as of right now. Still top of the board with a blistering 14.355, the 23B of Matthew Bissett. Second quick after 2 groups, the 23 of Michael Rouse. Dustin Mitchell, 3rd quick. Michael Batten, the Outlaw, in the 21 machine. 4th quick, and rounding out the top 5 out of Beaver Dam, Virginia, the Commonwealth Bandit Infinity Chassis, Irwin Racing Products. That is the 22 of Russell Irwin. Coming up next, we'll have the final group making their way onto the speedway first out of the gate. MJ Price Construction, M&W Transport, East Coast Towing, Franklin Enterprise Infinity Chassis out of Roanoke Rapids, North Carolina. Any Wild Child fans in the house tonight? That is Willie Milliken. Right behind him, you'll see the driver of the number 95 making his way onto the speedway here tonight. That is Connor Morgan out of Camden, North Carolina. Right behind him, he picked up a limited win here in the last week or so, the 18 of Bradley McCaskill. Also the 91 of Cy Nelms Sr. The 06, the Dirt Deacon, that is Christian Thomas. Right behind him, the 79. He won the very first inaugural Carolina Clash Super Late Model race in history in the year of 2000. That is the number 79 out of Mule City. That is Benson, North Carolina native. That is Roger Lucas. And also right behind him, out of Nichols, South Carolina, home of the Lakeview Motor Speedway, the 08 Longhorn chassis, that is Michael Marlowe. Willie Milliken rolls it off of turn number 4. Green flag in the air. Group number 3 of hot laps brought to you in part by Big A's Custom Graphics underway here inside the County Line Raceway. Milliken, 15.015. Connor Morgan, 14.896, a 15.068 for Spencer Ligon. Christian Thomas, 7th quick, 14.619. Michael Marlowe, 11th quick. Bradley McCaskill gets into the top 10. He'll be 9th quick, 14.637. Still top of the board with a 14.355. That is Matthew Bissett. Checkered flag is in the air. That will do it for Big A's Custom Graphics. Group 1, Group 2, Group 3. Here is your final stack up as of right now in hot laps. And we all know that qualifying is what matters, especially here tonight at County Line Raceway. Top of the board, 14.355. That is the 23B of Matthew Bissett, followed by Michael Rouse, Dustin Mitchell, Michael Batten in the 21, and Russell Irwin in the top 5 of hot laps. When we return to the racetrack, it'll be time for Heritage Times LLC qualifying. We'll have Group A and Group B. So right now, we'll turn it back over to the voice of the Speedway, Michael Willis. Michael, always glad to be here with you, man. I always appreciate all the great hospitality, and nothing quite like being here where it all began back in the year 2004 the Coleman Farms Racing Crown Class Super Late Models. Man, it's been a long time. We love coming back here. You got more racing action. Heat racing coming up. Take it away.
Yes, sir. Glad to have you here. Got Greg right here straight away, running the D8 concession trailer right there with the checker flag, shooting hands right there. Always awesome to see the Coleman Farms class right here. County Line Raceway. Coming up next, quality pre-owned super stock 4-cylinder heat races. Again, Pure Stock 4s be getting them ready. You heat race next. Colton Farm Carolina class, make those last minute adjustments. You will qualify after our Tidewater Energy Pure Stock 4-cylinder. All right, coming up next, our quality pre-owned super stock 4s. We got 15 inches tonight. First heat race starting on the pole. Driving to 13 out of Rocky Mount, North Carolina. That's Bobby Bottoms. To his outside, driving to B3 out of Elm City, North Carolina. That's Damian Bryant. Rolling off third, driving to 51 out of Franklinton, North Carolina. That's Cody Keith. To his outside, driving the E82 out of Elm City, North Carolina, the Iceman, Enzo Dillon. Rolling off fifth, driving the 32R, that's Mike Ross. To his outside, driving the 933 out of Wilson, North Carolina, the Goose, Michael Hill. Rolling off seventh, driving the 47G out of Elm City, North Carolina, that's Glenn Bottoms. And to his outside, driving the 20R out of Sims, North Carolina, Terry Rose. That's your start at 8 of the first heat race here in quality pre-owned super stock 4-cylinder. Again, Tidewater Energy Pure Stock 4-cylinder. You should be lining up now. Your heat race next. Colton Farms Carolina Class Super Late Model Series. Be getting them ready. You will qualify. Sports.tv. Download the show live right now at Sports.tv. This is free, but I think you pay a little bit, but it's worth it. Trust me, right now we got the screen split for you right now going live as they bringing the cars out on the track. Again, download www.bigsports.tv. You can download the app on Roku, Amazon Fire TV, Apple TV, your iPhones, Android, about anything you got. We got them lined up door to door, side by side, coming down the back straightaway. We getting ready to go green. Bobby Bottoms, Damian Bryant's going to lead them to the green flag. Green. They roll them on the inside. Damian Bryant on the outside. Bottoms on the inside. Enzo Dillon's going to roll to the outside of the 13. Right now, he's tucked in beside the B3. Up Damian Bryant takes a peek coming off of turn 4. He's still there at the left quarter as they run them down into 1 and 2. Dillon on the inside, Bryant on the outside. They're side by side going down the back straightaway. The 51 of Cody Keith looks on the inside of the 13 of Bottoms. They roll off 3 and 4. Right now they're still side by side. Give that lap to the E82 of Enzo Dillon. Right now scoring on My Race Pass has got it wrong. Bryant on the inside, the E82. That's a little touch coming off of 4. They keep them straight right now. It's Enzo Dillon, Damian Bryant, Cody Keith, your top 3. Bottoms rolling 4. Enzo Dillon rides them into turn 3, coming off of turn 4. Looking at the white flag this time by for the E82 of Enzo Dillon. Oh, we got a car slow up on the top side there in turn 1. It looks like we're going to stay green. The 933 of Michael Hill as they bring them off of turn 4. Right now, heat race 1 winner driving the E82. That's the Iceman, Enzo Dillon, Damian Bryant, Cody Keith, Bobby Bottoms, Michael Ross, and Terry Rose. Looks like we're going to need a push for the 933 of Michael here. That is our first heat race for Quality Pre-Owned Superstock Force. And up next, heat race 2. Starting on the pole, driving the 29W out of Elizabeth City, North Carolina. That's Ronald Winterman. To his outside, driving the 28 out of Nashville, North Carolina, Melvin Langley. Rolling off third, driving the 14 out of Spring Hope, North Carolina, Jason Horn. To his outside, driving the 1 out of Zebulon, North Carolina, Cody Wilson. Rolling off fifth, driving the 47A out of M City, North Carolina, that's Austin Bottoms. To his outside, driving the 4K out of Middlesex, North Carolina, Christian Hopkins. And rolling off ninth, driving the D69 out of Middlesex, North Carolina, that's Dawson May. That is your heat race 2 lineup for Quality Pre-Owned Superstock Forces. Pure Stock 4s, you should already be there. Pure Stock 4s, you should already be lined up for your heat race. Again, Coleman Farms, Carolina Class Super Late Model Series. Make those last minute adjustments and start headed towards the back chute. You will qualify after our Pure Stock 4 cylinders. Got them all lined up. The lights are out now. We are going green this time by. They roll them off turn 3. Start to pick up the gas just a little bit. We're green. We're all thought about 3 wide going to the green. The 14 of Horn got a little squirrely, but right now, the Jason Horn on lap 1 past 3 cars coming out of turn 2. Right now, Horn's leading them down the back straightaway. Don't look now, but the 47A of Austin Bottoms knocking on the back door. Jason Horn leading them down the back stretch. He's going to roll them into turn 3. Again, Austin Bottoms and Jason Horn both started 3rd and 5th. Now they're respectable 1st and 2nd at the 2. Horn's got it. Bottoms knocking on the back door. The 69 of Victor May started tail end on the field right now. He's racing for 3rd. Oh, around goes the 28. Turn 4. Caution, caution. Caution for the 28, Melvin Langley. Just got in a little hot there in turn 4. Tried to do a little slider. He could not make it stick. Looks like we're going to need a little help. Don't look now, but the pit announcer there, Brandon Vicks, down there trying to make some laps with his Losi NASCAR down in the pit side, and he's everywhere but where he needs to be right this minute. Breaking action. We get the 28 of Melvin Langley. A little assistance there in turn 4. Again, up next will be our Tidewater Energy Pure Stock 4-cylinder. Got 17 of those chicken in the house tonight. For those of you that may not know, the E82 of Enzo Dilla is doing double duty tonight. He'll be driving. He just won his heat race in the Super Stock 4. He's also got a Pure Stock 4 here tonight. He'll be out here just a little bit later on. while we do still got a little break in action right now, don't forget, coming up real soon, the Archie Bryant Memorial Race right here at County Line Raceway. If you would like to sponsor a lap or help out, just get with Damien, Van, Shelby, Stevie. I'll try to get Shelby up here in a little while. We'll go over it and talk about it a little bit. Try to get her up here during the intermission while everything's quiet. I do know they got a nice helmet they're going to be auctioning off. Snap on, one of a kind. Unfortunately, the 28 of Melvin Langley has to go. Oh, got a hood. Lost a hood there in turn 1. Got Melvin Langley behind the wall. Flaggers will give him 1 to go this time. I'm showing 3 down, 2 to go. Heat race number 2, Jason. Austin Bottoms, Dawson May, Ronald Winterburn, Christian Hopkins, and Cody Wilson. They're going to run them off of turn 2, run them down the back straightaway. Can start. Let me see if the flag. Yeah, my green and white checkered flag right here in turn 3. That is your starting point. Green, green. Jason Horn's gonna bring them off of turn 2. Right now is Horn, Bottoms, Dawson May, Hopkins looking to try to get in this fight. They're coming around to take the white flag. Top 3 nose to tail. Dawson May trying to look on the inside of Austin Bottoms for second. Couldn't make it work. He's going to dive it in on the bottom in 1 and 2. But Bottoms on the high side gets a really good run to take away that dive. As they bring them off of turn 4. Heat race win number 2 will be the 14 of Jason Horn. Austin Bottoms, Dawson May, Christian Hopkins, Ronald Runnerburn, and Cody Wilson. Up one more time, Jason Horn, your heat race winner, number 2. For our quality pre-owned Superstock 4s, that's going to wrap it up for our heat races. Up next, I'll be our Tidewater Energy Pure Stock 4s. Heat race number 1, starting on the pole. Dropping to 73 out of Rocky Mount, North Carolina, that's Asa Eller. On the outside, the 7J out of Pine Tops, North Carolina, Johnny Pollin Jr. Rolling off 3rd, driving to 37 out of Rocky Mount, North Carolina. That's C.J. Christman. On the 21 out of Hollister, North Carolina, Randy Howard. Rolling off 5th, driving to 12M out of Bailey, North Carolina, Randy Melton. On his outside, driving to 29 out of Nashville, North Carolina. That's Cole Langley. Rolling off 7th, driving to 93 out of Franklinton, North Carolina, that's Jesse Griffin. To the outside, driving the 10 out of Nashville, North Carolina, Jason Alloway. And bringing up the rear, rolling off 9th, driving the 9 out of Zebulon, North Carolina, that's Jacob Kinsey. Waiting for a few more cars to come out from behind the wall. Again, Copeland Farms Carolina Clash Super Late Models. You will qualify after our Tidewater Energy Pure Stock 4-cylinders be headed towards the chute now. All lake models, Super Lake models, be headed up towards the chute now. Your qualifying is next. Get them lined up, going green next time by. 5 laps, first heat race. Tidewater Energy, Pierce Stock 4-cylinder, Asa Eller, Johnny Pollin Jr. Green this time, Ella, Pollin, green. 73 of Asa Ella gets a good start, but the 37 of CJ Chrisman looking hard on the inside. They roll him out of turn 2. It's going to be Chrisman on the point. Don't look now. The 12M of Randy Melton rolls it into second. Back behind them, they're side by side for third, fourth, and fifth. Give lap 1 to the 37 of CJ Chrisman, Randy Melton, Johnny Pollin Jr., Jacob Kinsey, Asa Eller. Chrisman bring him down the back straightaway. He's got about a 3-car lead. He rolls it into turn 3. They're coming out of turn 4 to complete lap 2. There'll be 3 more to go. Right now, Chrisman bring him down the back straightaway. Still maintaining about that 2.5-car lead back behind Randy Melton. About another 3-car lengths. 3 down, 2 to go. Coming down the back stretch for CJ Chrisman, trying to bring him into turn 3. Looking for the white flag. This time by as he brings him off of turn 4. White flag one more time around for the 37 of CJ Chrisman, Randy Melton, Jacob Kinsey, Johnny Pollin Jr., Jesse Griffin, Randy Howard, Jason Alloway, Cole Lanning, Asa Eller. Bringing it off of turn 4. Looking at the checkered flag, heat race win. Number 1 driving the 37. That's CJ Chrisman, Randy Melton, Jacob Kinsey, Johnny Pollin Jr., Jesse Griffin, Randy Howard, Asa Eller, and Jason. Now we're going to wrap it up. Again, tension in the grandstand. We have a Ford truck, a gray Ford truck, license plate RKM 4287. You need to move it, please. You are blocking the driveway. Also, SUV Trax all-wheel drive RHZ 4452. You need to also move your vehicle. You are blocking the driveway. Gray Ford truck and a SUV all-wheel drive. Please move those vehicles. You are blocking the driveway. Thank you. Coming up next, heat race number 2. About Tidewater Energy, Pierce Stock 4-cylinder, starting on the pole. Driving the E82 out of Elm City, North Carolina. That's Enzo Dillon. Rolling off second, driving the 18 out of Norlina, North Carolina. That's John Carter. Rolling off third, driving the 20 out of Pine Tops, North Carolina. Patrick Perry. To his outside, driving the B7 out of Zebulon, North Carolina. Back in the house again, James Manning. Rolling off fifth, driving the 50 out of Youngsville, North Carolina. That's Van Bryant. Driving the 17H out of Knightdale, North Carolina. That's Lee Hardy. Rolling off seventh, driving the 34 out of Raleigh, North Carolina. The Candy Man, Chris Vestal. And rolling off eighth, driving the 77 out of LaGrange, North Carolina. That's Chris Dunn. That'll be your 8 starters for heat race number 2 about Tidewater Energy Pierce Stock 4-cylinders. Again, last call. Coleman Farms, Carolina Class Super Late Models. You qualify next. Last call. Get them lined up. Carolina Auto Parts and Salvage V8s. Be strapping those belts in. You heat race at the late models. Again, Thunder V8s, you will heat race. Well, we got a little break in action. Don't forget 50-50 tickets. Get your 50-50 tickets. We'll be calling a winner here at intermission. Got them at the front gate here in the grandstand. At the front gate over there as you go in the pit side. Again, I'm going over the Copeland Farm Super Late Model Series 20 entries. I've got a Group A and a Group B. Group A should be the L3 of Skeeter Lyles, the 23B of Matthew Bissett, the 23 of Michael Rouse, the 0 Daniel Tucker, 18M of Bradley McCaffrey, 5 Cy Nims Jr., 21 of Michael Batten, 93 Donovan Jackson, 7J of Dalton Jacobs, and the 22 of Russell Irwin. That's your first group. You guys should be lined up now. You will qualify after our last heat race by Tidewater Energy Pure Stock 4 cylinders. Again, grandstand side, if you're driving a gray Ford truck license plate RKM 4287, would you please move your vehicle? And an SUV, all-wheel drive, RHZ 4452. Would you also park in the path and no one can get in or get out? Thank you very much. Wendy, how in the world you talk David Drake into going to the snack shack? That is unbelievable. I knew it was him because I heard him squeaking when he walked down the stairs. He's so tight. All right, coming to the track now. Our second heat race, Tidewater Energy, pure stock 4 cylinders. He's starting on the pole doing double duty, driving the E82 of the Iceman of Enzo Dillon, John Carter, Patrick Perry, James Mannion, Van Bryant, Lee Hardy, Chris Vestal, Chris Dunn. Green, green, green. Right now, the E82 of Enzo Dillon, a little squirrely, about middle of 1 and 2. He's going to bring him down the back straightaway. The B7 of James Manning right behind him. Don't look down, the 50 of Van Bryant rolling on the inside of Manning. Right now, the 50 of Van Bryant moves. Dillon out front, Bryant second, Manning, Hardy, Dunn, Vestal. Oh, trouble on the B7 of James Manning. B7 Manning real slow coming out in the front straightaway. He's waving his hand. He's going to need some help. Stay up. Caution, caution. Tough luck for the B7 of James Manning and work James Manning and work his way up to second. Right now, your leader, the E82 of Enzo Dillon, Van Bryant, Lee Hardy, Chris Dunn, Chris Vestal, Patrick Perry. Coming green this time. Coming green, 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 green. I'm showing 3 down. Right now, Van Bryant looking on the inside of the E82 of Enzo Dillon. Van Bryant on the bottom, the E82 of Dillon on the... Who's a crossover going down the back straightaway right now. It's the E82, the 50 of Bryant. Hardy with a push. Right now, we're coming to the white flag. They're side by side. Enzo Dillon, Van Bryant, Van on the bottom, Dillon on the top. They roll them back down the back straightaway. They say the same way as they go down the back straightaway. The E82 of Dillon on the high side. The 50 of Bryant rolls it in, hits the berm, spins it out. Your winner, driving the E82 of Enzo Dillon. Chris Dunn, Chris Vestal, John Carter, Heat race winner, driving the E82, Iceman of Enzo Dillon. Van Bryant drove it in hard there in 3 and 4, tried to make something happen. Got the berm and spun it out. Again, coming up next, qualifying for your Colton Farm Carolina Clash Super Late Model.
Thank you so much, Michael. Again, all race fans here in Elm City, North Carolina, welcome out to County Line Raceway. No doubt today's greatest place to watch the race, the Colton Farms Racing Carolina Clash. Super Late Models are back to make their way onto the speedway for Heritage Signs LLC qualifying here tonight. The Carolina Clash Super Late Models like to say thank you to all of our 2026 sponsors: Colton Farms Racing, BP Racing, Hoosier Racing Tire, Judy Yarborough Realty, XL Chassis, SEC Construction, Big A's Custom Graphics, Team XXX Racing Services, Landrum Performance Springs, Heritage Signs LLC, Barrier Fencing Supply Company, the Voice of Victor Lane Podcast, K-Men Parts, Thomas Clark Performance, and Extreme Trophies and Awards. Here comes the first car making his way onto the speedway. You're catching the action live right here tonight. Big Sports TV out of Bailey, North Carolina. That's the driver of the L3. That's Skeeter Lyles. Right behind him, the driver number 23, the Tri-States Incorporated Bissett Farms machine. That is Matthew Bissett. Fast time and hot laps of 14.355. Green flag in the air. Heritage Signs LLC qualifying underway here at County Line Raceway, the racetrack. It all began in the year 2000 for the Carolina Clash Super Late Models. So glad to be back here once again. Lyles will roll it off of turn number 4, approaching the stripe for lap number 1. 15.529 for Skeeter Lyles in the L3. Here comes Bissett, working it off of 4, coming to the stripe. He'll go top of the board, 15.030. Let's see if Skeeter Lyles can pick it up a little better on lap number 2 here tonight. He will stay right there with the 15.529. Bissett toward the stripe. And his best lap, his last lap, 15.134. His best lap, 15.030. Carolina Auto Parts and Salvage Thunder V8. Start making your way to stage, and you'll be on the racetrack immediately following the conclusion of Heritage Signs LLC qualifying right here at County Line. Making his way onto the speedway. This place has been called the House of Rouse in years past. The driver, number 23, Scott Farms, Sweet Potato Express Longhorn Chassis. That is Michael Rouse. Right behind him, out of Greensboro, North Carolina, the Longhorn Chassis, honoring his dad with a brand new wrap. The great late Ray Tucker. That is Daniel Tucker in the 0. Green flag in the air. We're back underway here for the second group here in Group A. Michael Rouse working down the back straightaway. Right there on your TV screen with Big Sports TV, the 0 of Daniel Tucker. Here comes Rouse off of turn number 4. He'll approach the stripe, and he'll go second quick, 15.274 for the 23 of Rouse. Tucker at the stripe, lap number 1. He'll go third quick, 15.407. Rouse on lap number 2, 15.225. 15.225. Daniel Tucker will remain third quickest. His best lap on lap 1, 15.407. We continue to roll through Group A. Tonight's qualifying again brought to you in part by our good friends Heritage Signs LLC out of Lawrence, South Carolina. Rolling on to the speedway, he picked up a limited late model win here the last time at County Line when you had a race here. That is the 18. Making his way onto the speedway out of Wendell, North Carolina, the 18M. That is Bradley McCaskill. Right behind him, you'll see Bailey, North Carolina native. That's the red and white machine, the number 5 of Cy Nelms Jr. So the bar has been set. Group number 1, 15.030 for Matthew Bissett in that number 23 Longhorn chassis. Green flag in the air. The next group now making their way toward the stripe for their time trials here tonight inside the County Line Raceway. McCaskill will work it off of turn 4, approaching James Batten, the farmer, at the flag stand. 17.989 for McCaskill. Here comes Cy Nelms Jr. in that 5. He'll be fourth quick. Cy Nelms Jr. 15.307. McCaskill goes top of the board. First car on the racetrack this evening to break the 15-second mark. 14.968. 14.968. Bradley McCaskill, top of the board here in Heritage Signs LLC qualifying at County Line Raceway. So we have 4 more cars still yet to go in Group A and making his way onto the Speedway. That's the Outlaw making his way on to the Speedway here tonight. Out of Elm City, North Carolina, the hometown favorite right here, the Longhorn chassis, the 21, the Outlaw. That is Michael Batten. Also on the Speedway, the Blue Collar Motorsports, Sanford Contract and CNT Equipment, A1 Landscaping and Lot Clearing, Tin-Con Concrete, 2025 Rookie of the Year, brought to you in part by SEC Construction. That is Donovan Action Jackson. Batten works it down the back straightaway. He'll go into turn 3. You see her right there on your screen. Big Sports TV, all of your live action here tonight from Elm City. Batten approaches the stripe. His first lap, he'll go second quick, 14.995. Donovan Action Jackson on his first lap right there, 15.468. Can Batten go to the top? 14.983. Picks it up a little on lap number 2. And Donovan Jackson will qualify 7th quick in Group A here. Now we'll have Group A and Group B. The fastest qualifier overall will receive an extra $100 bonus courtesy of Judy Yarborough Realty out of Lake Norman, North Carolina. Thunder V8, start making your way to staging, making his way onto the racetrack now for his qualifying here tonight in the Longhorn chassis. The 7J, they also call him Baby D, out of Reedsville, North Carolina. That is Dalton Jacobs. Also on the Speedway in that Infinity chassis, good-looking white machine there out of Beaver Dam, Virginia, known as the Commonwealth Bandit. He's picked up the last couple of wins here with the Carolina Clash Super Late Models. That is Russell Irwin back on the Speedway here at County Line. Dalton Jacobs works it down the back straightaway here. The last 2 cars in Group A. Jacobs approaches the stripe. He'll go 8th quick, 15.490. Here comes the Commonwealth Bandit in that Infinity chassis. Russell Irwin to go 2nd quick, 15.099. Dalton Jacobs, lap number 2, 15.724. He'll still be 9th quick. Russell Irwin, 15.104 on lap 2. His first lap, 15.099. He will be 4th quick in Group A qualifying. So, as of right now, the 18M, Bradley McCaskill, 14.968 in Group A, followed by Michael Batten, Matthew Bissett, Russell Irwin, and Michael Rouse rounding out the top 5. Up next, it will be Group B. Again, qualifying tonight, brought to you in part by Heritage Signs LLC. As we roll into tonight's feature event, this is event number 430 in the 26 years of races completed for the Carolina Clash Super Late Models. Right here in 2026, this is actually the 27th year, but it all began right here back in 2000. And what's amazing about it, a little history of the Carolina Clash out of Benson, North Carolina, driver number 79, Roger Lucas, won that inaugural race here back in 2000, and great to see that guy still competing here today with the Coleman Farms Racing Carolina Clash. Group B, Heritage Signs LLC qualifying out of Camden, North Carolina, the driver number 95, making his way onto the Speedway, Connor Morgan, and with him right now, he is in 2nd in points, also the SEC Construction Rookie of the Year candidate out of York, South Carolina, representing the Palmetto State. That is the 22 of Jeremy Steele. Green flag in the air. Group B qualifying underway, again brought to you in part by Heritage Signs LLC. You're catching all of the action live here tonight. Big Sports TV, So glad to have you along for the ride here with us. Connor Morgan, 15.370 on lap 1. Jeremy Steele works it off of turn 4, making his way toward the stripe. Jeremy Steele, 15.039. He'll go top of the board as of right now. Connor Morgan, 15.401. His first lap, 15.370. He'll remain in second. Steele, one more time, approaching the stripe. 15.422. A little off there on lap number 2, yet his first lap affords him top of the board in Group B, 15.039. So still, as we speak, yes, we still have 8 cars yet to go here, but Bradley McCaskill, top of the board right now, overall qualifier, making his way onto the speedway. Lexington, North Carolina native, he's the driver number 18. Working it down into turn number 1, that is Spencer Ligon. Also in this group with him, rolling off of turn 4, going to step on the loud pedal and get ready to roll here, the Dirt Deacon out of Wake Forest, North Carolina. That's the driver of the 06. That is Christian Thomas. Spencer Ligon works it off of turn number 4. Let's see what he does here on lap number 1. Spencer Ligon, 15.374. Thomas working it through turns 3 and 4. Dead on the gas here. Approaching the stripe, lap number 1 for the Dirt Deacon. He'll go second quick, 15.141. Spencer Ligon, 15.401 on lap 2. His first lap will afford him the 4th spot. Here comes Christian Thomas. Let's see if he can pick it up. And he does, 15.108 for the driver of the 06. Still have a few more cars here left yet to go, 6 in fact. Heritage Signs LLC qualifying continues here at County Line Raceway in Elm City, North Carolina. So good to see all of these great looking cars here on the racetrack, inside, outside the pits and everything. And this great wall of fans here tonight to watch the Coleman Farms Racing Carolina Class Super Late Models. Making his way onto the speedway out of Nashville, North Carolina. Driver the number 91. This definitely is not his first rodeo. That is Cy Nelm Sr. Also on the racetrack, 3-time Carolina Class Super Late Model champion. 2015, 2023, also 2025. And right now he's top of the leader chart on points for 2026. That's the Rock Hill Bad Boy, Coleman Farms Racing, Longhorn Chassis, Mega Plumbing of the Carolinas. That's the Rock Hill Bad Boy, Wesley Payne's Longhorn, Ben Watkins. Cy Nelm Sr. makes his way across the stripe with a 15.510. Here comes Watkins, known as the Rock Hill Bad Boy. Lap number 1. Ben Watkins will go third quick on lap 1, 15.181. Mr. Cy Nelm Sr., 15.617. His first lap, 15.510. He's 6th quick. Here comes Watkins. Can he pick it up? Watkins, 15.269. Lap 1 with a 15.181. So as of right now, here is the order. Jeremy Steele, top of the board in Group B, followed by Christian Thomas, Ben Watkins, Connor Morgan, and Spencer Ligon. That will round out the top 5 here for Group B. Making his way onto the speedway, Infinity Chassis, MJ Price Construction, M&W Transport, East Coast Towing. That is the Wild Child out of Roanoke Rapids, North Carolina. That's Willie Milliken. Also right behind him, a Longhorn Chassis. That is the D8 out of Pine Level, North Carolina. That is Dustin Mitchell. Green flag in the air. Heritage Signs LLC underway here at County Line Raceway Group B. Milliken works it off of turns 3 and 4. He'll approach the stripe here. Willie Milliken on lap 1 goes 4th quick. Dustin Mitchell there in the D8. He'll go 4th quick, knocking Milliken down to 5th in this group, 15.365. 15.216 for the final lap for Dustin Mitchell in the D8. So now you have a little shake-up in that top 5 of Group B. Jeremy Steele, followed by Christian Thomas, the 16 of Ben Watkins, Dustin Mitchell, and Willie Milliken rounding out your top 5. Making his way onto the speedway. He's from the home of the Lakeview Motor Speedway in Nichols, South Carolina. He's another Longhorn chassis driver. That is the 08 of Michael Marlowe. And here he is, race fans. We talked about it earlier. Roger Lucas winning the very first inaugural race, still racing here today in the number 79 out of Benson, North Carolina, home of the Mule Day celebration. Every last weekend in September, that is Roger Lucas. Green flag in the air. As we continue to roll through Group B here tonight at County Line Raceway. Qualifying brought to you in part by Heritage Signs LLC. Marlowe off of turn number 4. He'll approach the stripe on lap number 1 for him. Along with Roger Lucas on the speedway as well. 15.593. Marlowe on his first lap. His second lap, he'll go 8th quick, 15.421. Roger Lucas, 15.733 is his fastest time. He will round out the 10th spot. So here it is, your top 5 as we conclude Heritage Signs LLC qualifying. Jeremy Steele, followed by Christian Thomas, Ben Watkins, Dustin Mitchell, and rounding out the top 5, Willie Milliken. So the 18M of Bradley McCaskill, tonight's fast time qualifier. He'll receive an extra $100 bonus, courtesy of Judy Yarborough Realty out of Lake Norman, North Carolina. As we continue to roll through tonight's preliminary stuff before we get to our features, we're going to turn it back over to the voice of the Speedway, Michael Wheelis. Take it away, my friend. And, hey, as always, glad to be here with you once again.
Sir, glad to have the Copeland Farms Carolina Class Super Late Models here in the house tonight. They'll be back here a little bit later on for 35 lap feature, 5,000 win. But up next, our Carolina Auto Parts and Salvage Thunder V8s. 22 of those checked in the house tonight. Starting on the pole, driving the L4 out of Bailey, North Carolina. That's Amanda Lyles. They're outside driving the 31 out of Cary, North Carolina, Billy Hobson. The 19 out of Middlesex, North Carolina, Hunter Hobson. The 00 out of Middlesex, North Carolina, Jerry McKeel Jr. Rolling off 5th on the 01 out of Pikeville, North Carolina, Delbert Bolander. Rolling off 6, driving the 30 out of Roanoke Rapids, North Carolina, that's Justin Kidd. Rolling off 7, driving the 8A out of Elm City, North Carolina, that's Austin Hogan. Who is outside on the 17D out of Jacksonville, North Carolina, Dalton Copeland. Driving the 3 out of Elm City, North Carolina, that's Jimmy Hogan. To his outside, the 87 out of Emporia, Virginia. Glad to see Ed Powell back in the house. And rolling off 11th, driving the 57 out of Roanoke Rapids, North Carolina. That is Michael Wells. A ton of talent right here in our first heat race, Carolina Salvage Thunder V8s. 11 cars, 5 laps. We getting ready to go green on our first heat race for our Carolina Auto Parts and Salvage Thunder V8s. Lyles, Hobson. We're green. Right now, they're thinking about 3 wide. They thought better of it. Right now, Lyles on the inside. Hobson on the... Oh, hard in the wall. The 30 of Kidd. Not sure what happened. Justin Kidd never turned. Emergency help going over there now to make sure he is all right. Right now, we have a replay right here. Justin Kidd dives it into turn 1, and the car just turns right. All right into the wall. 1-2. Checking on the driver. I believe the driver is okay. Wow. Justin Kidd on the hook. Looks like we have showing no laps complete, so we're going to line them back up. It'll be Amanda Lyles, Billy Hobson, Hunter Hobson, Jerry McKeel Jr., Delbert Bolander. That should move the 17D up 1 notch. Dalton Copeland, Jimmy Hogan, Ed Power, and Michael Wills. It's a hard hit. These cars are made from solid, so maybe, hopefully, just get it back to the pits. I don't know exactly what happened to get it back going. Sport Compacts, this is your last call. You should have already been there. Sport Compacts, last call. Is that Sean Lamb going to get something to eat right there? All right, track's clear. Give me one to go this time. We're going back green on our first heat race. Our Carolina Auto Parts and Salvage front of the 8s again. Last call, 50-50 ticks. You ain't got them, you need to get them. We're coming back green this time. Lyles, Hobson, Keel, Hogan, Copeland, Powell, Wales, green. We're door to door as they come off of turn 4. Right now, Amanda Lyles up front. Amanda Lyles. Austin Hogan looking on the inside. Gets second to Austin Hogan, Hunter Hobson, Billy Hobson, Jerry McKeel Jr. Right now, Austin Hogan looking on the inside of Amanda Lyles. She's trying to fight back on the outside. Hogan on the bottom, Lyles on the outside. Amanda may try to turn it back in. No. The 8A of Austin Hogan out front with 2 down, 3 to go. Caution in the front straightaway. Showing 2 down, 3 to go for Austin Hogan, Amanda Lyles, Hunter Hobson, Billy Hobson, Jerry McKeel Jr., Michael Wills, Dalton Copeland, Ed Powell. 3 of Kenny Hogan Luke here on the front straightaway. The other one, Bowlander. Coming to green this time, Hogan, Lyles, Hobson, McKeel, Wales. And 8A of Austin Hogan bringing them off of turn 2 down the back straightaway. Trying to open the lead up right now. Amanda Lyles second, Hobson third, Hobson fourth. Michael Wills trying to look on the inside of Billy Hobson fourth. Couldn't make it work. White flag this time by for the 8A of Austin Hogan. Amanda Lyles, Hobson, and Wells. The 01 of Delwick Bowlander slow coming down the front stretch. Hogan, Lyles, Hobson, Wells, McKeel Jr., Dalton Copeland, Ed Powell, Jimmy Hogan. Coming to the checkered flag this time. Austin Hogan, heat race win number 1, Carolina Auto Parts Salvage number 8. Austin Hogan, Amanda Lyles, Hunter Hobson, Billy Hobson, Michael Wills, Dalton Copeland, Ed Powell, Jerry McKeel Jr., Jimmy Hogan, Delbert Bowman, and Justin Kidd. Up next, heat race number 2 for our Carolina Auto Parts and Salvage Thunder V8. Starting on the pole, driving the 113 out of Henderson, North Carolina. That's Peyton Abbott. To his outside on the 1G out of Roanoke Rapids, North Carolina, Jimmy Gray. Rolling off third, driving the 5 out of Roanoke Rapids, North Carolina, Hunter Denny. On the 1 out of Zebulon, North Carolina, Bradley Knox. Rolling off fifth on the 12M out of Roanoke Rapids, North Carolina, Garrett Morris. Driving the 9M out of Franklinton, North Carolina, Will Markham Jr. Rolling off 7th on the 23 out of Henderson, North Carolina, that's Brian Mellon. On the 74 out of Youngsville, North Carolina, Brad Cox. Rolling off 9th, driving the 8 out of Fremont, North Carolina, Chris Williams. To his outside on the 4P out of Roanoke Rapids, North Carolina, Tyler Pierce. And bringing up the rear, driving the 61 out of Youngsville, North Carolina, that's Eric Hill. A ton of great cars in this second. Again, Sport Compacts. Bryant's all-around services. Sport Compact, you cars, you need to be lined up now. You heat race next. We're coming to the green this time. Abbott, Gray, Denny, Knox, Morris, Markham Jr., Mellon, Cox, Williams, Pearson, Hill. Green, they're side by side. They bring them down the front stretch. Peyton on the bottom. Gray on the top, Peyton still on the bottom. Jimmy Gray trying to make a run. Coming on the high side, going down the back stretch. Right now, the 1 of Jimmy Gray gets the best of them, going back into 4. Right now, to lead lap number 1. It'll be the 1G of Jimmy Gray. Peyton Abbott, Hunter Denny, Will Markham Jr., Bradley Knox, Garrett Morris. Right now, they're racing hard back in the pack. But right now, it's Gray, Abbott, Denny, Markham, Knox. Don't look now to 113. Up Peyton Abbott trying to look back on the inside to 1 of Gray. Just a little bit of a touch. That makes the 1G of Gray push hard. The 5 of Hunter Denny doesn't allow the 5 of Hunter Denny to get by Jimmy Gray. Right now, Peyton Abbott out front. Hunter Denny, Jimmy Gray, Markham, Knox, Mellon, Pierce. They're going to bring them to the white flag this time. The 1G and the 9 of Will Markham get together. That's going to put Jimmy Gray up in the wall in turn 4. Jimmy Gray gets his fire back up. He's back underway. Let's see if we got a replay of that. Replay's coming up. Green, green. So we're coming to the checkered flag this time for the 113 of Peyton Abbott, Hunter Denny, Bradley Knox, Brian Mellon, Tyler Pierce, Brad Cox, Chris Williams, Will Markham Jr., Garrett Morris, and Jimmy Gray. Thunder V8s. Peyton Abbott, Hunter Denny, Bradley Knox, Brian Mellon, Tyler Pierce, your top 5. Up next is our Bryant's all-around services. Sport Compact Ucar starting on the pole, the OL Out of Irwin, North Carolina, that's Zach Clapper. Who is outside driving the 18 out of Lewisburg, North Carolina. Nathan Covert. Driving third, driving 69 out of Elm City, North Carolina, Stephen Robinson. Rolling off fourth, driving the 68J out of Rocky Mount, North Carolina, that's Jesse Joyner. Fifth on the 11W out of Winton, North Carolina, that's Tommy Weiss. On the 28 out of Lewisburg, North Carolina, Prentice Winston. And rolling off seventh, driving the 11V out of Roanoke Rapids, North Carolina, that's Tyler Vaughn. These next two heat races are going to wrap it up. By practice qualifying and heat races, we'll go into a short intermission. Juice Box cars, be getting them ready. You will be racing here in just a little bit. Going green this time. 5 laps, first heat race. For Bryant's all-around service and sport compact Ucar. Green is out. Right now, they're side by side. They went by the flag stand. They dive them into turn 1, coming out of turn 2. 18 of Nathan Covert out front, rolling out of turn 3. They're rolling out of turn 4. Lap 1 to get to the 18 of Nathan Covert. But don't look now, the 11W of Tommy Weiss fighting hard. Going to grab second coming out of turn 2. Going to try to run down Nathan Covert. The 11V of Tyler Vaughn also charging hard. Looking on the outside for second place, the 11V of Tyler Vaughn. They're side by side in 1 and 2. Tyler Vaughn gets the better of them coming on the high side on the back strip. Meanwhile, coming to lap 3, 2 more to go this time. For the 18 of Nathan Covert. Covert bringing them out of 2, going down the back straightaway. The 11V of Tyler Vaughn trying to close the gap, but running out of time as we come into the white flag this time. For the 18 of Nathan Covert. Right now it's about a half a car length with 1 lap to go. Tyler Vaughn diving on the inside in 1 and 2. The 18 of Nathan Covert on the outside. Tyler Vaughn drag racing down the back straightaway coming out of turn 4. Heat race win number 1 for the 11V of Tyler Vaughn. Nathan Covert, Prentice Winston, Tommy Weiss, Zach Clapper, Jesse Joyner, and Stephen Robinson. Up next, your final heat race of the night. Starting on the pole, driving the 66 out of Roanoke Rapids, North Carolina. That's Mike Creedmoor. Outside, driving the D9 out of Pikeville, North Carolina, DJ. Rolling off third, driving the 29 out of Lewisburg, North Carolina, Garrett Lutz. Rolling off fourth on the 23B out of Rocky Mount, North Carolina, that's Brianna Barefoot. Fifth will be the 61 out of Youngsville, North Carolina, Kevin Wood. Is outside driving the 66W out of Roanoke Rapids, North Carolina. That's Michael Wallace. And rolling off 7th, driving the 3 out of Lewisburg, North Carolina. That's Maggie Sledge. Coming to the green this time. Green is out. Rolling off the back straight to 66 of Creedmoor. 29 of Greg Lutz. and the 3 of Maggie Sledge. Caution, caution. This is our last heat race of the night. Our Bryant's all-around services. Sports Comp. Heat race 2 looks like we're going back green next time by. And we'll be going into our short intermission. BRE Racing Kids. Juice box cars will be getting them ready. You will be racing down in the infield right after this heat race. Carolina Renovations and Custom Built 4 cylinders. Be getting them ready. You'll be the first feature of the night. '66 hard in the gas. They go around the back straightaway. Right now, the 3 of Maggie Sledge rolls into second. A little loose when Maggie comes out of 4. That's going to allow the 66W of Michael Wallace right on her back door. Meanwhile, Creedmoor out in front by about 4 or 5 car lengths. Wallace trying to look on the outside of Sledge coming out of 4. Can't make it work that time right now. It's Creedmoor, Sledge, Wallace, Lily, Lutz, Morin, Barefoot. Coming to the white flag this time, the 66 of Creedmoor. Looks like he is slowed down right much. That's allowing Sledge and Wallace to catch up. Meanwhile, Kevin Lilly with a lot of smoke behind that machine, still hard in the gas. Creedmoor is going to bring him out of turn 4, looking for the win. Whoa. Mike Creedmoor, Maggie Sledge, Michael Wallace, Kevin Lilly, DJ Moore, and the 29 of Gerald Lutz. Again, that's going to wrap it up. For all our practice qualifying and heat races, we're going to take a short intermission. Now will be the time to go get something hot to eat, something sweet to eat. Again, BRE Racing Kids juice box carts. Please start making your way to the infield now.
I love my race pass.
I love my race pass.
I love my race pass.
Okay, go ahead. I love my race pass.
I love my race pass.
Go ahead. I love my race pass. Go ahead.
Everyone I know uses my race pass. 1, 2, 3.
Did you miss that last race? My Race Pass has you covered. Get the My Race Pass app today in Google Play and the App Store to see official results all night long.